And in Jordan, Al Jazeera reports thousands have staged a protest in the capital Amman against the country's economic policies. The march started after weekly prayers last week, with protesters demanding bread and freedom and calling for government officials to step down. Police handed out bottles of water and juice to the demonstrators, who carried banners reading, "We demand social justice and freedom, no to oppression, yes to change, and we need a national salvation government." Mohammed Khatib, a police spokesman, said at least 4,000 people took part in the protest that was organized by 14 different political parties, including the country's largest, the Islamic Action Front. Thousands of Jordanians took to the streets in a similar protest the previous week. The uprising in Tunisia, which ousted the country's President Zain al-Abidine Ben Ali, has inspired dissidents across the Arab world and sparked protests in countries including Algeria, Jordan, Yemen, and Egypt. Since Ben Ali fled to Saudi Arabia, 6 people in Egypt have attempted to set themselves ablaze in a protest against unemployment. One 25-year-old man has died so far. The attempted public suicides are apparent copycat replays of last month's self-immolation of a 26-year-old man in Tunisia, which triggered the country's popular revolt. In the face of popular discontent, Samir Rifai, the Jordanian prime minister, announced a $283 million plan to raise salaries of government staff, as well as the pensions of retired government employees and servicemen. The $28 a month raise came 9 days after a $169 million plan to improve living conditions. But the country's opposition and others say the new measures are not enough, as poverty levels are running at 25% in the Desert Kingdom. Amman is the most expensive city in the Arab world, according to several independent studies. Arab regimes have two choices: to impose more security and repression, which was the system adopted by Ben Ali's regime and ended easily, or political openness, freedoms and diversity within powers that rule, based on consent of political parties to create national governments that take into consideration people's need for a sway from corruption.